or responded to the young people's agitation?
How did you with me?
No, with the party.
No.
So, okay, what's going to be different? What's different?
When we talk about young people, when we look at the legacy of the first 4 years of the Governor Sanwo-Olu administration, you talk about infrastructure, you're big on that. You talk about what you've done in maternal mortality. But one thing that the young people talk about is your response to the EndSARS protest. Lagos State was the epicenter. I'm sure you didn't imagine that you'd come for an interview and not speak about that.
That's okay.
Because that's one of the grievances of the young people and why they say they're not going to vote for you on Saturday. So, in terms of the role that you played, are there lessons from how you handled or responded to the young people's agitations for EndSARS in 2020? Hold on a second, sir, please. And also, in responding to that, what would you have done better? Because the young people are listening. It's big on their hearts. And so they want you to speak to them as their chief executive officer, how you would have handled their agitations perhaps better because they felt that they were, you put them in a very precarious situation and that there's some errors that you denied that actually happened. And the second part of that question is on security. A few minutes ago, you talked about the fact that with the security, you didn't attend debates for that. However, many Lagosians can't say that. They are on the streets of Lagos and they're afraid. And unlike you, sir, they don't have the security protection that your office offers. So do you think security has fared better in the 4 years of you being governor? And how better would you handle security in Lagos State?
I would have wanted a longer time to explain because you've touched on very critical things. My role played, lessons learned, absolutely. There's no leader that will, worth his while, that will not do, a forensic analysis of what happened. But if you want to, for once, just drop it, right, and do a role play, put yourself in my situation and, just watch and not listen to what I think I want to hear, but hear what truly actually happened, and not just social media, In fact, the EndSARS had started almost 3 weeks before that incident of October 20. Almost 3 weeks. So it had built up, in itself in various locations. People have come to some certain locations as a place where they can always aggregate on a daily basis. I was the first governor that went there to meet with them nationwide. It didn't start in Lagos, but when it got to, I was the first, right? Waters and all sorts. That's the price of leadership. I was one that took the 4-4 or the 5-for-5 to Mr. President with pictures, with everything. I was the first that set up, right, a fund for people that were either had been molested by police to come forward and get restitution. Right, I was the first. I was the first that set up, a tribunal and a panel. In all of these things, I was the first. Move forward. The incident on that night happened. I was in my house.